how did this come to be that Matt was going to read your book?
We have a mutual friend, actually.
Yeah, Steve Warren.
Our friend Steve.
Yeah.
In the middle of the pandemic, I was, last July, I was racking my brain to try to find someone to read my book. And it was really important to me that a gay man read my book. Everyone else involved in the book was straight, from my editor to my agent, and I wanted it to be in the voice of someone who really understood. And so, our mutual friend Steve said, oh, well, I'll call Matt.
He reached out to me and said, hey, my friend wrote this book. I think you can relate to it in many ways, and he thinks you'd be the right person to do the audiobook. And I thought, okay, and imagine my surprise when it turned out to be this beautiful memoir about grief and closure, and using the act of creation to find that closure. And there were so many aspects that were very relatable to me, but I thought were also really universal. It is a very specific thing, I think, particularly pre-internet. Growing up as a member of the LGBTQ community in a small town or a conservative town can feel like a very isolating experience, and then you move to New York City and come out, and you turn to the person next to you and go, hey, anybody else grow up going to church twice a week and going hunting and fishing with your dad? And I mean, no line's gonna clear a dance floor faster than that. So to find somebody else, we're not exactly ubiquitous, so to find somebody else who could understand that journey was so meaningful to me.
Trent, we know Matt's a good actor, but I didn't have a full appreciation for his really silky smooth voice.
Isn't it great?
I'm like, he's good.
Everyone asked me why I didn't read my own audiobook, because a lot of memoirists do. But I wanted a trained actor with a real voice. And I knew that wasn't me, and I wanted someone else to do it. But hearing Matt's voice tell my story was such an eye-opening experience.
It's not lost on me that maybe 5 or 10 years ago, a straight individual would have been sitting here doing a wonderful job telling the story.
Right.
Sure.
But there's a beauty in all three of us
It's really special.
being gay.
Yeah. Maybe I wouldn't have been able to tell my story quite so openly. Even 20 years ago, so I'm very grateful to be living in the times that we're living in, and it's not lost on me the shoulders that we stand on to be here now.
I can't imagine my 8 or 12-year-old self reading my own book or hearing my own story. How different my life might have been, just to even know that there was something out there and that I could be whoever I wanted to be. But in many ways, I guess I was forged by that experience, so maybe it turned out okay in the end.
One of the things I've related to in the book is that, there can be an inscrutability to certain father-son relationships. At least that was my experience at times, and I think maybe it was yours too. I don't want to speak on your behalf.
Definitely.
There's a mythos to fathers, and to be able to find in this book a method to, sometimes when you get ideological differences, intergenerational differences based on religious belief, it can feel like a bridge that's just too far to cross. So I know that my life is a testament, and I think this book is a huge testament that love and forgiveness is really the only way to cross that bridge, and I hope that this book reaches people's hearts and minds and helps them to do that in their own life.